Hey, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Nick. If you're new here, welcome. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about week number 2 of working on my feature film. If you're new here, I want to say hi. I'm following my dream of making my first feature film, and I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but it really is one of my dreams to do that, and I'm recording everything, the whole process, the whole journey on this channel because I think it would be really cool, and I want to take you along the ride with me. I'm going to learn so many things by going after this project and this story in this film, but I also want to show you how much fun it is to make a film. I feel like there's no behind the scenes commentary or channel that focuses on filmmaking. All you ever really see from filmmakers is the final product, and that really doesn't equate to nearly half the amount of how much fun it is to actually make a film. So I'm taking you along as my friend to just join me on one of the things I love to do most, make a film. So make sure you subscribe and like, and let's get into it. So week number 2 was a doozy. This one was a hard week. I'm going to structure this video as in highs, lows, and then what I would have done differently or what I've learned. So let's start with highs. So there were a good amount of highs. So this week, we're still in the phase of crowdfunding, getting our crowdfunding campaign set. And we're in pre-production, meaning that there's 3 phases of the film: pre-production, production, and then post-production. And pre-production is just getting everything set up. Think of it like admin, getting everything set up so you shoot, which is the production part. We are currently, I would say, pre-production. I'm figuring out all the steps to get our crowdfunding campaign off the ground so that it can reach people. And I'm really excited to share this project with people. It was so fun. My favorite thing about this week that happened was really diving into the film pitch. So I focused on the film pitch and editing everything, and that was one of the highs of this week. I really got to craft. I think you saw it my last week. I took 20 minutes of footage of me basically talking to camera, telling you why you should invest in the project, or anyone that comes across the film, why it needs to be made now, what it's about, how much we're trying to crowdfund, and where all that money will be allocated to, and any fun perks, and basically just inviting someone to join us. And it's a lot of work. You saw last week I was editing through things. This week I actually got a cut down, which was really cool. And it's going to talk about the low in a sec, but there were deadlines that forced me to push through this week to really cut down my 20-minute film into literally 4 minutes. It's a 4-minute trailer, a teaser trailer. And it's just been really fun because not only do I get to see the video that I was making, how I'm describing the film and everything, but I got to add B-roll and I got to add music to it, and it's starting to feel like how I want the film to feel, and that is the coolest thing, seriously, because it's one thing to have it in your head, but then to see it come out, even in small little form, like 4 minutes, is really cool to say, whoa, this could actually be a real thing. It's, if you're an artist or I don't know, have your own projects, you know how like when it's in your head versus when you actually get to see it. That's what was really exciting about this week. One of the highs was I got to actually see and feel what the film was going to feel like. And I'm excited to share that with you. You'll see the pitch video and I think you'll understand what I mean when I say that. So I'm just so excited. Another high of this week was I felt like I was very consistent with working on the film pretty much every day, and we're making strides, which is good. Now let's get into the lows. So this week was a really hard week. You might have seen some shorts that I was making. I try to make shorts every day to keep you in the loop on what we're doing. But I did miss some deadlines this week, which was really, I wouldn't say devastating. It's not the end of the world, but it was very unfortunate. So we're doing the crowdfunding event, right? And something I missed was there's a process for the crowdfunding campaign. They need to approve of your project. And I unfortunately missed the window, and it was a really close window. They will approve it in 2 days, but what I didn't realize is they have a 4-day week. and I submitted it on end of day Wednesday, and I was trying to really get the crowdfunding out this Monday and the 15th, and it's unfortunate that it's just not gonna be ready by then. So I made some mistakes. I should have done some more due diligence in looking at the deadlines, and I missed them. And it really sucks because, to be honest, between you and I hold myself to, I wouldn't say a high standard, but like I was excited. I was really excited to release this on the 15th. I was amping everything up for it. And it's not the end all be all. I'm a big believer of things are meant to happen how they're meant to happen. And so I'm really good at seeing the silver lining. And one of those silver linings for missing the 15th is I think we might even push it off until after holidays. So maybe this is the universe saying, hey, Nick, you deserve to have holidays. You don't think about the film and then go into the new year and drive into it. What we were initially going to do is I was going to have the campaign run over the holidays, and it felt right. It just like, I also realized that taken me away from family and from holiday cheer, and I was willing to do it because I love this film and my passion, right? I feel the fire underneath it and I can't wait to push it. As the director, you kind of spearhead it, and I feel the energy to do that, which is exciting. I think that's the silver lining, is that I will now have a holidays kind of waiting for the first, because I think if we release the crowdfunding holiday season, a lot of people aren't going to be on like social media and stuff. I think it's good. We deserve a break, you know, that's good. Another high, I forgot to mention, we went live on YouTube for the first time. So that was really fun on Thursday. I had some of you guys help me out figure out perks for the crowdfunding, which was really fun. When I did flowers, I came up with them all myself, and it was really cool to have you guys kind of chime in and say, what would you think would be cool receive, because at the end of the day, it's for you guys. So I wanted you to have a say in what you could get. And some of the perks, you know, could be a producer credit, executive producer, have your name on the film. These aren't finalized, but I'm just sharing friend to friend. Maybe you get, let me name all these, and then you'll be surprised which ones are live. So some of these aren't going to be on it, but we talked about executive producer. We talked about, maybe you get a prop from a film. Maybe you can be on set. Maybe you can your name in the film. Maybe you can be in the film. Maybe you get a poster. Maybe you get a signed script. Maybe you get a social media shout out. Maybe you get thanks in the credits, a souvenir from the road trip. Maybe you get a video from cast and crew. There's just so many ideas, and it was so fun talking to you guys about it. So that was a high. And yeah, it was just the deadline, and the positive thing about the deadlines is it did force me to crystallize things very quickly, which I just talked about. So what have I learned going forward? Really looked at the deadlines stone, and I would have prepped a little earlier. I missed a whole document of them being like, you need 2 weeks basically to do this, and it was a bummer. I also would have, I think that's it. I'm really happy with everything else, to be honest. We're moving along, and yeah, I think friend to friend, how am I feeling? Feeling excited. I'm feeling very nervous. The thing, I can talk about this in a whole other video, but the mindset that I get into when I do something super vulnerable, which is crowdfunding, this is like something I find very scary. It's very scary to say, hey, I'm doing a project and I want you to help make it a dream, and it relies on other people. That's like the scariest thing in the world, right? Just is, but the way I'm getting through it is I really do believe that this film is going to change people's lives, and I can't wait for it to exist. It's just something that's really going to make a difference, and it's why I do art. I think the films that I make, or films in general, and why I love art, is because it's a way for you to connect one-on-one with people and to actually be trusted. Because when you say your friend, let's talk about your friend, say your friend was to watch a film that you love, you allow them to view that film in their own faith and landscape and their own lens of their eyes. You're not telling them what to feel, you're not telling them what to think, but they get to enter the world. And I think the world that we're creating with this film is one that's really healing and really exciting. And it talks about so many things that I wish we could talk about as a society, but we don't talk about childhood. We don't talk about adulthood. We don't talk about when do you transfer over to that, and what does it feel like? And have you processed that? Like, have you actually processed that? And that's what this film is. This film is going to allow you a safe place to process things and be entertained, obviously. But that's what's getting me through being vulnerable, because I feel like my ego is lowered. I almost don't view it as me, Nick. I view it as, this is a project. I need your help, or whoever we're sending it to and stuff, right? So that's kind of what's pushing me. But it's really easy to act on the surface like I'm fully confident and I know nothing will go wrong. And I think that confidence comes from knowing that things will go wrong and that I will be able to handle it, because I know I have that. And because of that, let's push. So yeah, this is this week. I hope it was interesting. I don't know if we like this format. Let me know if you have any ideas. I'm trying to do this every week, so let me know. And I'm really glad you're here. Make sure you subscribe and like. And if you made it this far, leave a message of a alien and I'll give you extra love in the comments. And yeah, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.